2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and today we're going to be replacing the inner and outer tie rods. If you come over to this side, you can see how we were able to diagnose the inner tie rod is an issue. Hopefully that's coming up on camera, but we have a minor shake in the steering wheel, and obviously that. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and remove this wheel. 5 19mm lug nuts. Which I've already broken loose because they were on super tight. So this section right here that actually connects to your steering knuckle, this is your outer tie rod, and the inside rod right here is your inner tie rod. Next step, you want to go ahead and break your outer tie rod locking nut loose. And you see we have it free spinning right here. We need to break this loose from the outer tie rod as well. So I'm going to get another pair of these adjustable wrenches. Alright, now we know that that is broken loose from both. Next we'll go ahead and remove the bolt holding the outer tie rod to the steering knuckle, 21mm deep socket. Get yourself a hefty hammer, and you're going to want to hit around the steering knuckle. There we go. With that removed from the steering knuckle, you can go ahead and unscrew your outer tie rod. And if you're just replacing your outer tie rod, you can just go ahead and install it. Get yourself a pair of needle noses. Take that clamp off. And deeper in on top of this bellow, which is this piece right here, you can see we have an lock tab back there. Those are the crimped on ones, and the only real way to get those off is by breaking them. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Got a pair of our diagonal side cutters. Right. And with that removed, we can remove the bellow now. Ta-da! To remove the inner tie rod, you can use a big old wrench if you got one that fit, or you can do what we're going to use here, and this is an inner tie rod removal tool. So what you do with this tool is that you'll keep playing with these until you find the one that fits onto the nut for the inner tie rod. When you find the one that fits, you slide it into the tool like so. Slide up your locking pin, or sleeve I guess. Come on. And then lock it in place. And then you can just put it in a ratchet or an impact on this, or whatever you feel like using, and that's how you get it off. And with the proper sized tool inserted, go ahead and slide that on. And remove the inner tie rod. And we go ahead and install our new inner tie rod. And using our tool, go ahead and finish tightening this down. Once you got that tightened down, you can go ahead and remove the new locking nut that they give you and install your old bellow. If this is cracked or broken or anything, if it looks questionable, just replace it. That's pretty much all there is to that. I mean, you don't have to do this part right away, but I usually like to so I don't forget later. And after you install the hose clamp on the outside, make sure that you put a hose clamp or one of the ones we took off of them, reinstall those to the inside to lock down that inner part of the bellow. Go ahead and put that lock nut back on. And install your new outer tie rod. What I usually like to do is I'll turn the steering knuckle and try to get that toe as on point as possible, which looks to be about right there, just to make it safer to drive to the alignment shop, because we don't have an alignment machine here, but it's right down the road. And of course, if you're doing this at home, yes, it is recommended to get an alignment done. Don't skip out on your alignment. And press this down all the way, because if you're putting force on the top of this, you're going to lock the ball joint inside of there, and you need to make sure that that ball joint is locked, or else you're going to be spinning in there and you'll never be able to get this thing on. 21 millimeter. Mine was spinning and I was practically hanging off of it. And with that finished, we can go ahead, slide our locking nut back down, and go ahead and lock that down until we can get this to the alignment shop. And that's pretty much all there is to it. This video helped you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.